Alrighty, let's see what we're doing here. Hi, buddy. Copy that one. Alrighty, there we go. Thank you.
Hold on, damn.
Hey there, bud. I saw. I'll talk to you about it here in a couple minutes. I do have a question for all of my veteran friends here that I would like some advice on. So, how you doing, Jay? You having a good day, bud? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, sorry, I took and laid down and took a nap, so I haven't had a chance to get back to anybody yet. Hello, Cora. Hi, Dave. Okay, Cora. Be careful. Is it windy where anyone else is? Why do I not have chat coming up? Because that's not the right thing. Glad to hear you're having a good day. There we go. Happy Labor Day to you as well, Dave. Thank you. So, for my veteran friends, I have a veteran who has contacted me and is freaking out because they got a letter stating that they do not qualify for VA benefits. No wind there in 90. Oof. It is very windy here today, Dave, and we're barely at 70 degrees. But again, to reiterate what I was just talking about, I have a veteran that contacted me. They said that they had recently tried to apply for VA benefits and were denied. And they said that the reason that they were denied healthcare, I believe they're getting disability already. So, but they were trying to get the healthcare, I believe, Jay. And the VA came back with a letter stating that they didn't qualify for VA benefits because they were not deployed. Does that sound right? So I wanted to ask you all on here, is that something that normally happens to you all, or do they need to get a lawyer? Correct. So you can't get VA benefits unless you were deployed. Huh. So serving doesn't make you a veteran, being deployed makes you a veteran. Okay. Interesting. Hmm. I learned something new today. Well, I mean, if it's true, it's not harsh. It's just the way it is. So, alrighty. Well, I will let them know that. So what's everybody up to today? Anybody having a cookout or anything along those lines?
You all right, Daddy? Oh, like you're doing something really hard. Come on.
Under the house.
Look at it this way. It's a new experience.
That's the second time I've been under our house.
I remember, yeah, I know. Where you going?
Well, maybe if you were,
Yeah, okay.
maybe, Katie, you got something on your back. Ask Pop up to brush it off first.
Oh my God, yes, yes. Go ahead.
I wonder if it's a misunderstanding, Jay, because I mean, I know that I never thought about it that way.
You help
I
somebody?
didn't know it. So,
You help? Not how much good I can do, but
No, it should be good for right now. It's good enough for what I did.
exactly.
It really should be not draining underneath anymore.
Custer's Last Stand.
But I got 15 years.
So,
I was watching a documentary on that, and yeah, Custer made some really questionable decisions. Like, not only did he split his forces to begin with, but he split them like 4 different times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes no sense, but I don't know what was going through his head at the time. None of us do, unfortunately. No, I'm just asking a question on my part. I I didn't know that, so that's the reason I asked that, is all. But I didn't realize how many people from his family he had with him out there, Dave. His brother-in-law. What you looking for? I think what, a nephew. There's like 4 different people from his family that died because of his bad decisions too. So, yeah, crazy. But that time in history was just definitely a different time for sure. Hi, Andrea. How you doing? So, I did have a prayer request come in. So if you all don't mind, Gravy's dad is not doing well. And he had asked if we would all, say a prayer for his dad and for the family. Cora said she'll be with us shortly, hopefully. She is mowing her grass. Well, see, I didn't know that part either. Huh. Sounds like it could be a confusing situation, Jay. Jay said, I suppose there could be a misunderstanding because you can get veteran added to your driver's license even if you are not recognized by the Veterans Affairs just by showing your DD-214 to the DMV. So, I know I've been calling anybody who serves as vet, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I learned something new today.
Okay, so you're right there. I told her to use anything, tap on the window. Got a word with this one.
I'm sorry, I have to take it in. I lost my light up to find it.
Really not tell that to say that.
Gotcha.
I know. Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah. It's right up here now. But I think I'll put it back here right now.
Put it in the dumpster. Doesn't matter. That's cool. Watch them bees. Uncle Brad, are you doing something?
Just talking, what's up?
Uncle Brad says the best thing to do tonight is somebody get the big snippers. We're gonna have a big garbage bag open. Take the garbage bag over the net. Somebody snip it and they close that bag right away and put it in the dumpster. So when they dump it, or in the trash, so when they dump it, it's compressed and they just die in the whole net.
You want somebody to get spanked the shit out of, don't you?
Nobody's gonna get stung after night.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I know. I need to get some more.
Oh, they're nice, baby. We're having a good year with professionals.
Yeah, thank God.
Huh?
Yes, yeah, thank God. Now look at that black plate that you put on.
We do it together, yeah.
So you didn't throw it away.
Yeah.
Yes, you just thrown away.
Yeah, I know.
But look at the black plate, how deteriorated it is.
I think.
What?
I don't know that place.
Pick it up
No, I'm gonna have it next time.
and look at it.
Oh, yeah. And I said I worked for a lot of years ago, didn't it?
I'll send
I did that like 10 years ago.
it.
Well, I did. No, no, no.
My coffee cup is where I had it sitting.
Whoops.
It's over here.
No.
Wow.
I get
Can
that.
I have some coffee, please?
I'll get that cup.
No, I'll use that cup. Set it on here.
It's okay. I mean, it's only a towel. It's not working on. Oh, I got ants.
Don't cuss the ants. We need ants.
There's a jug full of water right here. Yes, your phone's right there on the thing, on the table. It's right there in front of Dad.
You want food, sugar?
Unless it's cold, then no, because it won't dissolve. Cold?
Yes. I'm gonna heat up with
I'll
my.
just drink it like that.
Yeah.
What? Oh, go in here and give me one of those bags. Right there where you got that. Where did you walk in, remember? In the kitchen?
No, I get it. That's why I asked you guys the questions, you know. So,
Just trying to consolidate stuff so we can get ready to take it back.
Okay, wait a minute. I had it all in there for you.
Yeah, I know. I got what I wanted, and now I'm getting ready.
That's the one you were looking for?
Yeah, but what about all the pieces? The tracks. Some small pieces?
They're all in there.
Oh, they are?
They're in there. Well, I know. That's why I took it all in there. So I didn't have to run out here 10 times.
Just you.
Well, he had me run into that chair at least twice, and I said, I was just grabbing it all at once and taking it in there. I wasn't running out here 16,000 times to that chair, Ryan.
That's funny.
Yeah. You don't move anymore.
I did tell him it.
So what's on y'all's mind? What do you want to talk about?
No, what happened is, how long ago did they do that roof? About 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Whoever jammed that pipe down, they just jammed it down. When that did, jammed the whole pipe down, and it ripped this off, this entire thing off.
Thomas, I had asked about a question about a veteran that somebody,
Because that was what was calling it.
someone who had served contacted me, about being denied VA services or VA, services, because they were saying that they were not a veteran because they weren't deployed. So I was asking that question. Not tonight, Dave. It's too windy here, bud. It's really, really windy here. I don't know. I haven't had it. I haven't been out here. I don't touched it. So, well, again, I said I did not know because I did not have it. Some people's kids, I'm telling you.
Yeah, what'd you do when you went home?
I mean, if it dies down, then yeah, we'll do something. Can you see this little turd?
It's a beautiful day, but last Tuesday really got hot. That's why I
Out.
told her to get in her car and turn on that AC.
Hmm. Yeah, see, Thomas, I didn't know how to differentiate that. I just thought that if you served, that you were a veteran. So I'm glad I learned something new today.
Bullshit. I did. Yeah. You missed me?
Nice, Thomas. Do you have marshmallows?
He said, do you miss him?
I missed you. Love you. I love that.
Yeah. She's gonna give you shitty cookies. No marshmallows? Darn it. All right, bud. The hell are you? Some weird bug. So,
You know, we didn't get one nothing. We heard the thunder, we saw the lightning, just get one drop.
anything fun and exciting going on this week? Anything that I should know about?
Alright, so you're gonna call me at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Alright. So your son will be home soon.
Let me go look here. Something up.
Talking about the other brat, the brat. His mom will have a cookout.
Thomas, I see you liked one of my reposts.
Oh, I thought you said it. Get out here from the top down even on the big here. It's so funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
You tell me something.
Going to Duluth on Wednesday. Cool. What's going on in Duluth?
I could go home when it gets down to 30.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay. That's not a fun anniversary. If you need to talk, I'm here.
So how many tires were low?
Oh my God.
Well, you don't want to put a new tire on it. If anything, you want to put some of that.
This is gonna make you laugh.
Some tires ain't that old.
It says, this is from The Hill. It's a real article. It says Kamala Harris is ready to lead our military. Holy sheep shit. Do you agree with that? Because I sure as hell don't agree with that. Watching the ships come in, that's got to be cool.
I know, you wanna go with me to Lowe's? I gotta return all that stuff.
Hold on 1 second, Sandy.
You gonna run with me to Lowe's? I gotta return a bunch of stuff.
Good. You know I don't want the money.
Sure.
I want to get stuff on. I really do.
Yeah, whatever.
And we have water, you check it.
You can pool water, you should be able to pool water, put it in a pot. I'll let it run down the stream. That's why I got one more connection and that's it.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah, you can pull water
Okay,
from
that's
the.
what I want to do.
This is going to piss you off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there on?
Is this mine? That's 20.
Huh?
Is this mine?
It's not mine.
Chris, is
Room's
this yours?
big enough, too.
No.
There's
Mine's
one-
back in my room.
I would have brought mine in.
I was gonna say, I think there's one on the table.
Well, then go look in my room and see if there's
Katie.
one back there.
Now. Okay.
So apparently, this is just from 8 minutes ago. A teen girl was the victim of a random stabbing attack in Indiana by an illegal immigrant who was previously deported. When are people going to wake up and start demanding this shit stop happening? Who needs another kitten? Hi, Animal Farm. Nope, you're not late at all. We're just, yeah, definitely Animal Farm. The results of the invasion were we're under assault from outside forces, and our government is not doing a damn thing to protect us. So, here's something interesting for you, Dave. I thought they already did that, Jay. So, okay, we were just talking about General Custer and how he messed up by dividing his forces. Well, today on this day in history, what's this? Oh. On this day in 1869, 3 men decided to leave the expeditionary force of John Wesley Powell's group as he explored the Colorado River and Grand Canyon. They felt the upcoming rapids were too dangerous for their boats. Powell made the rapids, but the 3 men who left the forces were killed by Indians. Yes, definitely Animal Farm. Let's see.
Today's the second, third, fourth would be one.
Have you guys and gals seen anything interesting in the news you want to talk about?
Yeah, the blizzard of 2025.
The hell are you talking about, weirdo?
Blizzard of 2025.
Alright, Animal Farm. Mom thinks we're gonna have a blizzard after January.
Thank you. Is he taking your car first or is he taking his car?
I have no idea.
I didn't see what car. Yes, me. And that's the car. On the passenger side up front. Bring me the bag, and then there's a watermelon there too.
Hi, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Passenger side floor. Are you taking his car? I don't know where you put the stuff at.
Right there on the seat.
Okay. Well, he's bringing my stuff over there. I'll eat out of that car before you go.
How's life in California, Chris?
And you're gonna need your table saw to cut this down before the garage, correct? Okay, so when you get back, I'll get him to open up the front of the garage so I can get the stuff out of there and put in my car. Thank you. Sorry.
What's my fucking son with?
They're in there on the dryer. Last time I seen them.
Oh, wow.
What are you doing, Ryan? Yeah, not tonight. It's too windy. Did you find them, Rod?
You ready?
We can't understand glasses. We can't drive. Do anything without them.
Oh, if you want to drive.
No.
Oh, nice, Dave.
Not what I said. What are you looking at?
Cat.
Huh?
Cat.
What? Under the sink. There was a piece of metal about that big.
Rice with bacon and pork chop. That sounds good, Animal Farm.
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
So apparently out in China, over in China, they consider Islam a mental illness. And they're destroying the mosques and any buildings that have Islamic.
You only have the one piece. So I gotta still get the other part. We're getting that. I'm getting the low expansion.
Timmy lost his sausage a long time ago, Thomas. Cali is Cali, yeah. What?
I said you have electric over here.
Yes, we have electric over here. This will piss you off. So apparently,
What do you use it
a 90-year-old World War II vet was
for?
killed today by a Houston carjacker. Unreal. Pray for his family.
You have to move the feedback line.
Do you want a key fob?
I got it on me. Well, you can't drop the keys down if you're driving because you don't got the key fob.
You didn't lock it. You're gonna make me get up and look in here to. Hi, Cora.
What are you doing?
Looking through looking through X to see if we can find some things to talk about. I just talked about a World War II veteran who was carjacked in Houston and was killed. Pieces of shit. You mean this?
Oh, no.
I gotta turn down the computer.
Yes. Like that. It's amazing. I read the directions.
That's better.
I'm gonna get smacked the shit out of
Yeah,
Mom.
I'm dumping shit all over you.
Somebody needs to smack the shit out of you.
Good
Might
thing
as
she
well
can't
be
hear you.
Mama.
This little guy was just sleeping on me. Mom just woke him up. It's okay. Go back to sleep, puppy.
Dave's such a good man, giving Ray the spot closest to the house.
Yeah.
He takes
He's a
care of
good
Ray.
guy.
Hi, Animal. Hey,
So did
Andrea.
you
Dave,
see the
Tom.
conversation earlier about veterans that we had?
No, let me scroll up. Let me see.
Well, I'll just tell
Animal
you.
Tour. Okay.
So I had asked them a question, because I had a vet reach out to me about being denied, access to the VA
Right.
because it said they were not a veteran. And Jay and Dave brought it to my attention that not everyone who serves is a veteran. You have to have deployed and served
Deployed overseas. Yeah. Okay.
in a combat zone, I believe.
All right.
Does it have to be a combat zone, or can it be just a deployment for
Overseas.
overseas or something? That's another question. I believe it's that they have to serve in combat, though.
A service member.
So
Okay, I know you guys have explained this to me before, but now I'm confused again. Okay, Jay. So a veteran is not a vet?
they're just a service member if they haven't deployed.
Okay. So in order to be a veteran, then you have to be deployed. Is that deployed overseas?
Combat, I believe.
Yeah, that is what I want. Combat deployment. They don't have to be in combat deployment in a combat theaters. Okay, so you guys who was deployed and went over to Iraq or Iran or were overseas, then you're a veteran, correct?
Combat deployment, yes. They don't have to be in a combat deployment in a combat theater.
I'm just having a blonde day.
What? Okay. What are theaters? Theaters are like in World War II, we fought on two theaters. We fought in the European theater and we fought in the Pacific theater. Those are theaters. Theaters are just
Wait.
places where you go and where fighting is taking place.
Okay. All right. I got that.
Breath.
So if you join the services and you're over and you're not deployed out of the States, then you're not a veteran, correct?
Okay, so Jay said, sorry, they don't have to be in combat. They need to deploy into a combat theater.
Thomas, wrong. Okay, Thomas.
What am I wrong about?
I was in Iraq. The Asian theater, they call it, I believe.
Asian theater? I thought that would be Middle Eastern.
Maybe I'll ask Jim.
Maybe I have it wrong. Maybe I have it wrong. Oh. What are you doing?
Okay. So there's a difference between a vet and a veteran, guys?
No, a vet and a veteran are the same thing. It's just that the way that
Anyone who served is a veteran regardless of deployments.
okay.
I was in Operation Iraqi Freedom. You did time in the military and you get out, you're a military veteran. If you fought in a war, you're a combat veteran. That's Ohana's thinking. Spot on, Ohana, is what Thomas says. So if I join the Air Force or whatever, but I didn't deploy overseas, then I would still be a veteran. But not a combat vet. Jay, I disagree with you, Thomas. I don't mean any disrespect.
Do a search here. Veteran means a person who served in the active military, naval, or air service and who was discharged or released under conditions other than dishonorable.
Combat vets get combat action badges. Other vets that were in the unit that didn't see action are vets but are not combat vets. And yes, you can get VA benefits if you did not deploy. If you join the military, whether or not you deployed and saw combat, you're still a veteran. There's just a difference between the veteran and combat veteran with the badges or the patches or the medals or whatever. Let's make it simple, stupid for me, guys.
I think I understand what the issue is here. So it says here, are you a veteran if you never deployed? It says here though, because I think I figured out what the difference is. The difference is this person was in the Guard and Reserve. And it says here, persons who just serve in the Guard and Reserve without a federal deployment are usually not eligible for veteran benefits unless they were injured during their basic or advanced training or while on weekend drill or 2-week summer training.
Jay says, where's Skipper when we need him?
So.
But if you're in the reserves, you're still, like I know a couple of guys
A
who was
reservist
in the military.
Guard and
and
Reserve is different than active than somebody who is 24/7, 7 days a week. There's a difference between the services that way.
You can be deployed and not see any combat, so you wouldn't get a combat action badge. So there's just the badges that separate.
Well, and then, like I said, the difference between reserve, guard, and full-time.
But I know some guys who were like signed up, deployed, come back, and
Okay,
instead of
but
going back out, they went into the reserves.
Yeah, but they already did their deployment.
Gotcha.
So I knew we'd get to the answer eventually.
So then,
So thank you for all your help. I appreciate all you guys.
so if you're in the reserves, then you don't have, if I'm assuming
Now reservists do get deployed to combat. I have a friend who was Marine Reserve, and they got deployed to Iraq. They actually did, I think, 3 deployments overseas.
well, I think we just had a group go out of Akron here that went overseas in the Guard. They were over, where did they deploy to?
If it was like ours, we just had a group that deployed over to the Middle East.
Yeah, basically that's what they said. Didn't say they were going, where they were going exactly, but
Yeah, they won't let you know. They're not supposed to be able. They usually tell people not to tell anybody where they're going, or most of them don't even know where they're going until they get there.
Till they get there. I know my youngest cousin's in the Navy, and he's been deployed now for a year,
What?
and we don't know. We just know he's out on the boat.
Oh, you're scaring the cat.
What do you think? They will keep it
Serving but not being deployed means you are not a veteran, you are prior service.
Not that bad. Yeah, but you're not lifting it when you're using it.
I think we're conflating two different things here. Where I'm talking, we were asking a question about Veterans Affairs Services. So
And then this button.
but yeah,
on it. And this,
according to this Heroes with Hearing Loss
Yeah, I watched it.
website, it says that the short answer, who is a veteran? The short answer is that under federal law, a veteran is any person who served honorably on active duty in the armed forces of the United States. It doesn't matter if you served during wartime or not. It doesn't matter if you saw combat or not. It doesn't matter if you served less than 4 years or whether you performed extraordinary deeds or not. To be considered a veteran, what it boils down to is that you served and were honorably discharged.
Okay, Animal Farm's asking, was the person who contacted you a reservist that never deployed?
Yes. And that's why I said it. That explains it right there. They were guard and reservists. They were never deployed.
But
So
if you're a reservist or in the guard, aren't you supposed to still be ready, like at moment's notice, to pack your shit and go when needed?
Yes, but you're not. Again, you're not doing it 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, full time. You know, most of the time. Here, okay, I think what the biggest thing between differences is that guard and reservists are usually state until they're pulled up by the federal government for deployment. Am I right there, you guys and gals? I think that's what the difference is between them. Because the governor can pull reservist and guard at any time for
state
different
stuff.
things in the state. Yeah.
Animal says, my brother's father-in-law was a reservist who was never deployed. Would he be eligible for VA benefits?
No, he can't get benefits because he was in, that's what she's saying, is that he was in the, can't
Reserve.
get VA benefits because of that. So, alrighty, I will explain that to them, when I talk to them next time. Now, a lot of people, when they retire from full-time service, go into guard and reserves. I know that.
But if you're in the guard or reserves and you're deployed, then you're eligible for VA benefits.
Yes.
Is what I'm getting. Okay.
Yep. But you have to be deployed in that circumstance. So, okay. Cool. We all learned something new today, I believe.
Next.
And I like learning new things. Me and Dave were talking about Custer earlier.
Custard?
No, Custer, George Armstrong Custer.
Oh.
The cavalry general.
Put on Title 10. Guard is Title 32 and put on Title 10 when deployed. If you are injured on 32 or 10, then you are eligible.
Yeah. What he means by that is if you're injured while in guard or reserve during basic training or advanced training, like say you're doing an exercise and you blow your knee out while you're at basic training,
Right.
then even though you didn't get deployed and you are discharged, you're still getting you're getting medically discharged, which is anything except
Dishonorable.
yeah. So that person would be eligible for VA benefits. But you're eligible for them, Dave. So, yeah. But we thank all of our service members for the
Absolutely.
sacrifice that they make. Whether you deployed or not, we love you all. As long as you we're good people. We appreciate you. You know, the spy that was sending shit over to China can go rot in hell for all I care. You heard about that, right?
No.
I think it was about 2
Was that
months ago.
today or is that old news?
It was about 2 months ago, I believe.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one then.
Yeah. So, I get it, Dave. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
There's a lot. There's
kind of a love-hate relationship. It depends on where you go. Some people say that their VAs are great. Unfortunately,
I think that has a lot to do with the VA that you go to. Different
Yeah.
people running them, different people working there.
Our VA up here in Lebanon Valley used to be considered one of the best in the country. And over the last 10 years, it has gone so far downhill that I know people who go out of state if they can just to get away from it.
I know a lot of the people don't like Cleveland VA.
So I wish there was, well, I think part of the problem that I noticed is that it's like a revolving door of doctors almost all the time, from what I hear.
There's no continuity of care there. Just like, well, that's about like with hospitals and everything else. You go to the even as a normal or a civilian, not far from normal, but even as a civilian,
Is there anybody
Hey,
that's
I'll
normal
admit
that
it.
hangs out with us? Yeah,
Right.
Thomas, be safe,
But
bud. We'll talk to you soon.
even as, like when I was dealing with Dave, he had his set of doctors, but like his primary doctor, who I had a very good relationship with. Anytime I had to take him to the hospital, they have hospitalists in now. Your primary doctor is not allowed in the hospital to see you, and you don't even know if they're calling them, your primary, for the continuity of care. You go into the hospital nowadays, even as a civilian, and you have so many specialties, none of them look at you as a whole. And I think that's the way it is in most healthcare now. You can't take your primary with you. Me, I go to the hospital if I want my primary doc to oversee shit, you know? And then now there's just such a big influx of turnovers with hospitalists, and even in private practice, there's always a turnover. There, people think that the grass is greener, so they move on. There is
Yeah.
no continuity of care now. I don't care in any kind of health care. I don't think there is.
Well, that's why I always make sure that my doctors know who each other are. I talk to them constantly. When I see my primary care physician, I tell them, hey, this is what my orthopedic is saying. Here's what my spinal or my neurologist is saying. And I say the same with my but all of my people are in the same
Group or network.
Yeah, they're all on the same network, so they can see it. Animal Farm said, "Did you guys see Joey Jones yesterday on Fox? He is so pissed with Kalama and Tampon Tim." No, I do not watch Fox News. I really don't
I
watch any
watched
news
Fox, but
for stuff like
it was
you.
a music day for me yesterday. Hi, Fred.
What did we miss, Animal Farm? Please let us know. Fred, where's
Andrea says
Fred?
hi, Fred. Dave says hi,
Wait,
Fred. Animal says hi, Fred.
is Fred on here?
Yeah, he's ignoring us. He waved.
Did he wave? I missed it. I'm sorry, Fred.
He
Hi,
waved.
Fred. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I just got
Hey,
up.
little fucker is.
Little fucker.
Hey.
I ain't take you to the bathroom with me no more.
Oh shit. How you doing, buddy?
I finally slept,
Good.
and all I
Feel
did
better.
was shut this truck off, roll down these windows.
Yeah, it got nice and. Well, I don't know.
It-
You're down south somewhere, so it still might be hot where you are.
No, I'm
Oh wait, that's right. You said Kentucky.
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, you're in Columbus. Oh yeah, that's a big difference then. Just watch the
Animal
clip on
Farm
YouTube.
says she just watched a clip.
Share it on Discord, please, and we'll go watch it then. Well, I'll go watch it anyway. Yeah, I know. It's with the wind. It's downright chilly out here.
Oh, you
It's
big
breezy.
wuss.
It's breezy but nice. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm cooking in my truck.
Nope,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine.
Jay says
As long
hi,
as it's not,
Fred.
as long as it's not meth, we're good.
No, actually, I'm making a big old pot of scrambled eggs and sausage so I can have it ready when I get ready to eat. All I gotta do is slap it together. Make
Animal
breakfast
said
burritos or
Animal said that he went off on Kamala for her disrespect to the 13 that she is responsible for.
Yeah.
who went off on her?
The family of the 13 family member or Gold Star families that were lost in Afghanistan right before as the withdrawal was happening have absolutely been losing their shit on Kamala Harris because they invited
She
Trump.
She didn't go when they first came home.
No,
And
just
Joe
Joey
stood
showed up,
there,
and that piece of
well,
shit
yeah,
stood there looking at his watch.
stood there and looked at his watch.
Couldn't bother to fucking give a shit. Disrespectful little bastard.
Yeah, they come unleashed. I remember now. They come unleashed on Kamala because Kamala was saying Trump only showed up there as a political thing, you know.
Yeah.
At least he fucking showed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he was invited. He wouldn't have
Yeah.
showed up if he wasn't invited. They invited him.
Yep. I saw some of the videos today. They're all over X. So, I'll share some on the Discord when we get off here. You don't have to have X to watch the videos on there. I have a player embedded on the server, so you can just click on it and it'll automatically play for you. It should do the same with Instagram and TikTok and all that. So if it's not working, please let me know so I can file a ticket, get it fixed.
Let's see.
I think Mom's done terrorizing the cats for a little bit. She'd gotten an old Shark canister vacuum cleaner, and She was testing it to see if it worked. It definitely sucks for sure.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
That's what it's supposed to do. Fred's beating the hell out of something over there.
Pan frying sausage.
No
Yum, yum,
comment.
yum.
Go ahead, Chubb. No comment.
Giving my neighbors a show. Forgot to put my shorts on.
Ooh.
So we're having a lingerie showing up here.
His ball huggers.
I'll put my booty shorts on in a minute. Hey, you better be glad it's not fishnets and stilettos.
Well, that could be arranged for you.
No, it
I'll
can't.
videotape.
No,
Sure
no,
it can.
no, 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 no. I got enough shit. People are already talking
No
about
sense.
me now. I don't need to help them.
Andrea's
sense
making
of
drink
adventure.
on the rocks.
No sense of adventure.
Nope.
Who's this coming out now? Mom. What you doing, Mother? Well, she got a pan of something. Okay, well, more power to her. Andrea says, "Get ready, Cora. Get the pole up."
Yep.
No, no,
pull
no.
out.
I'm retired.
I got him a shirt, his t-shirt.
Oh,
It
she
says,
said she's not. She was joking. Fred was because she heard ice. Gotcha.
Get me a snack before I go back out and finish my yard duties.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day here. I'm not complaining about that at all. I like days like today. You can put the windows down in the car and blast music and piss everyone around you off.
It just needs to stay like this for the rest of the year. I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, that's what I always say. If I could find a place to live where it would stay right around 70 degrees out all year round.
They say California or Belize.
Belize? I don't know if I want to move to Belize. I don't know. That might be fun though. Can you move to Belize and keep your disability benefits?
Probably not.
Well, that ain't gonna work then. Damn it.
Andrea's agreeing with me.
Just a little bit less wind and I'd be happy. So.
If it wasn't
heading-
so windy, I'm having that bonfire in the front yard.
Well, Dave, I'm seeing a lot of people on both sides of it now. Some are saying, yeah, it's definitely happened, and now there's other people out there saying that it's not happening. And
Okay, so is it you talking about the Harley thing, the Angels thing?
Yeah.
I got a new perspective on that today from a 1%er.
All right.
From an actual 1%er. He told me that they're not going over there just to do this for nothing. We talked about this earlier today.
Yeah.
Right.
The only reason they're going over there is because somebody messed with one of their own.
Oh, did they?
Oh.
That's the only reason why they would be going over there. They're not doing this for charity or anything else. Somebody messed with one of their own, or a family member or a friend or somebody in one of the clubs.
That makes sense then.
Now, he said he's not saying that, that's actually what's going on, but that's the only reason why they would.
Right.
Well, see, and some of them might go unofficially not part of the club too.
No, you fuck with one,
No.
you're gonna fuck with a whole damn lot.
No.
Right.
No, I'm saying if it's sometimes members will do things on their own, not as a representative of the club.
Oh,
You understand what
Not
they're
I'm
going to
usually.
represent. They're going to represent.
But-
Yeah, not usually.
They're
They're not
going to
going to
make
go
it.
out
They're
on their
going to
own.
make it known. And this is just my opinion. I don't know this to be true. It's you do the one, you do the whole club.
So now, yeah, if they mess with somebody in the club, yeah, I get that.
So somebody must have lived there, or family member, or something. So,
But I also saw on X where Miles Chong, the guy from some newspaper, said that the governor of Colorado put out a statement about now how they're working with the police and all this other shit now instead of
They're
denying
not
it.
doing shit. They're not doing
But I
shit.
went and looked and I saw that I couldn't find that post on the governor's page, so I don't know where the hell he got it. I did hear they were evicting a certain group. Takes months to do that. There's video that showed these guys going around to through the apartment complex with guns, going to people's apartments and demanding money. That part is true. The only part we're trying to figure out is what they're going to do about it. And it's very clear that the state, local, and federal government's not protecting the people in this country. So that means it's going to come down to us protecting ourselves and our friends and neighbors. And, you know, like Pinball said, that's where community comes into play. You know, if you don't know your neighbors or like your neighbors, well, guess what?
Dave says if he
Uh-oh.
says the group name, YouTube removes it.
Got it.
And the police or the government's not going to step up. We'll just end up being taken within. I think it's all in the grand scheme of things.
I haven't heard anything about the Mongols, Andrea. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about them. The one that I heard was the Outlaws and the Hells Angels. And let's put it this way, the Hells Angels are ruthless. If you have not dealt with them or seen what they do, yeah, they are not people you want to piss off. Any motorcycle club, for that matter, that's a 1%er club. You don't want to get on their bad side. The Hells Angels actually blew up
Those guys.
one of the local clubs here. They're Clubhouse.
I'm a firm believer. You leave them alone, they're going to leave you alone.
Well, I've been threatened with them by people, and yeah.
I got nothing.
Oh, you're talking to Chubbs?
Yeah.
Chubbs is like, what you got for me? Huh? What you got for me?
He's got his big old chin on my knee.
No, they don't, Andrea. They do not play, and a lot of them are ex-military that, you know, just when they came back from overseas, they didn't like going back to normal life, and so they joined a 1%er club where they can pretty much do whatever they want whenever they want.
That's how the Angels got established. I think, yeah, World War II vets.
A bunch of vets.
World War II
Yep.
vets.
Yep. So,
I don't even know who's running it now since Sonny passed. That's been years ago.
I got offered
yeah.
to join them one time, and that's too much. That's too big a commitment for me. I didn't have the time to put into it.
Yeah, I mean, when they tell you you're going on a ride, you're going on a ride.
Oh,
You
dude,
don't
some of the
tell them
stuff,
no.
some of the stuff had to see my buddy do while he was
Uh-huh.
a prospect. Yeah.
Yep. No.
I don't want to get him in trouble by saying, but it's
Oh no,
they'll test your loyalty.
I've heard stories.
They will test your loyalty big time.
I know members of other clubs. That's all I'm going to say. They've said I had motorcycle clubs trying to get me to join when I got home from Iraq. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you one better than that. And I don't know this. I'm not dogging the crew, but I had a veteran crew. Combat vets. I was approached by a combat vet motorcycle representative. Hey, you're a veteran, because they saw my patch on my vest. How would you like to join us? Well, that sounds like a good idea. What's the deal? He said, what branch? I said, Navy. Oh, you can't join. Excuse me?
Discrimination?
I asked him why. He said, because you didn't tote a gun. Dude, the next time I'm in the air and cover your little fat ass on the ground, and you tell me that, you can walk with your tail between your legs. I've never been so damn.
Gun that he could ever carry.
I was never so damn mad in my life as I was at that particular moment. And then I had another representative approach me, and I told him, I said, no, I never carried a gun. He goes, who told you that shit? And I told him, and he said, that's bullshit. I said, well, until you get your house in order, why do I want to be a part of it? And he, yeah, it was not pretty. If that's the way you feel about it, keep your damn.
I was wondering what the hell you're pointing at. Mom just smacked me with a towel. I didn't say you hurt me.
No, it's not.
Andrea says you wouldn't know they were on their way. Probably not, Andrea.
You're right, you won't.
It all came out, apparently somebody that is out there put out a plea to them is what started this whole thing. Apparently there was a woman on TikTok who asked them for help.
Dave says a lot of people are ignorant to what different branches of the military do.
Yeah, I know Navy people who were on the ground during Iraq.
Yeah,
they weren't just
when I was in the middle of the desert, we had a crew. Seabees were too.
Seabees, that has to be one of the most interesting jobs.
My uncle
trying to figure out how to put shit, especially during World War II, having to put some of that shit together that they had to do. Some of them, they paid with their lives too, just like any other soldier. So I mean, just as dangerous a job. What was it that when they were going towards Germany with Patton's army, the Germans had a bridge rigged with explosives to blow it to stop them from getting across. And when they went to blow it, something happened and it didn't blow. So the Seabees had to go out ahead of them and actually disarm each of those bombs before they would let people go across it, you know, the rest of the army go across it. I don't know that I'd be that happy to do that job. That might not have been a CB, though. That might have been the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, huh? I think I got them mixed up.
It'd be EOD. CBs are construction battalion.
Thomas said they had a Navy that worked intel. Yeah.
Yep.
So, y'all work together as one big giant group in the end of it.
I got a friend. If I can ever talk him to coming on here, I'll get him to tell you the story. He tells it way better than I do.
Well, you let him know he has an open invitation.
How he and I met. Well, it's just how he and I met. It was pretty interesting.
I heard you. I don't know what you want me to do about it because I can't get up at the moment.
Why can't you get up?
You tell him you're making him. Oh dear God.
It took you about 7 minutes.
What the hell is on my
Dave
pants?
Dave says we had Air Force and Navy people in our convoys and people from all over the world. We had Navy that worked intel. Thomas said. Dave said
What was your-
100%. We all worked together.
What did he do over there in Iraq? Oh, he was military though, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dave was
Dave or
Army.
Thomas? Jay says
Somebody
it's a team effort, even though we talk shit about each other. Dave says 100% Jay, and Thomas agrees.
They were both active duty over there?
Yes.
Oh, I was
5
civilian when I was over there. Civilian contractor.
All right, blast from the past.
Who's that?
Cora said, "Who's that?"
Oh, no, I was looking at the other screen. You and Mama?
Yeah. That's
What
when
the
I was
hell
about
happened?
3. Right? I was cute at one point.
And he was 6 months old here.
Mom
Don't
said I was
kid
about
yourself.
6 months old in that picture.
The hell is this? Oh, what's that damn?
Hair, blue eyes.
I wonder if it's still any good.
Yep, that
What?
was me, Animal
Nope.
Farm.
It ain't.
And you're right, Jay. You know, when it comes down to it, I would hope that y'all would have each other's back for the most part. What's that about? What did you throw?
Jay says Army OIF2. Animal Farm says beautiful Mama. Thomas says, damn, Mama's a looker.
Mommy too hot.
Dave, yeah, I was there. 2007, 2008. Fred spent a lot of time at Camp Cedar 2.
Yeah, we talked about that. He was
gotta look
active
that
duty. I
up.
wasn't.
I gotta look up Camp Cedar too and see where that was.
Drove a Humvee 90% of the time, Dave says. Jay says, I'm a VFW. Who else is in here?
I'm American Legion.
I'm auxiliary for the American Legion now. I got to hit the VFW and the Army Navy.
I'm just a supporter, that's all.
Athletic supporter.
I'm still not holding your nuts, Fred.
Is that like
Oh,
a
man.
jock strap?
Yes, he is.
I was so hopeful.
Jay
Both
was
will
saying
do
he's
it for
looking
you,
for
Fred.
underwear.
Who?
Jay was
Both.
saying yesterday he was looking for underwear that holds you like a woman's hand.
Well, I showed him. I showed him. You don't take it up, that's on you.
Dave said it's down near Basra and Nasaria. Am I saying that right? Nasaria.
Thomas
We have
says
a pretty nice VFW here.
Sadly, a lot are closing.
They don't have the
Why are they
membership.
closing, Thomas? Well, you go
Membership.
into the VFWs, from what I have seen, the guys are older. The guys are like Nam and
Well,
Desert
they're
Storm and
well because they want campaign. You
they're
got to serve
exactly.
some kind of campaign, so they're starting to accept
They're not,
OIF and Iraqi
they're not
freedom.
recruiting.
Yeah. No, they're fixing to lower it so they can get more their membership up because they're hurting for membership.
Yeah. Well, look how long it took them from the opening it up for Vietnam. They didn't open up Vietnam until the late 90s
And why is that?
because it was an unpopular war. That's the only
It
thing
was
I
a
can.
war nonetheless.
Yeah, no, I
Anybody
agree.
says different.
You still
Those
went
guys-
over. You still fought. You know why?
Those guys went through the same shit that anyone else that went through war went through. I mean,
Well, they were drafted just like everybody else, and they didn't ask to go, but they did what they had to do.
you know, you had some people do some really heroic shit during that time too. Still,
Yeah.
have you all heard the song by Big and Rich called "The 8th of November"?
Yes.
They actually did a documentary video where they took Niles back to that area. And he actually talked to the Vietnamese spy that tipped off the Viet Cong to where they were. It's a really good watch if you get a chance. I'll post it in Discord.
Can you play it in the movies? Not that I'm going to stay up and watch it, but
It's not long. It's only about like 30 minutes or something.
If any of you ever get the opportunity, I mean, I don't know if I'd travel today with the world like it is, but go over to France, to Normandy.
you really want to go to France now?
I didn't say that. I said it. I don't know that I would go now, but if you want to experience something, go on the D-Day celebration.
Oh, that would, yeah.
It will
The
pull
history
your
of-
heart out of your chest. I can't even talk about it. I get broke up. Fred, you know what? That cooker would get twice as hot as you plug the fucking thing back in.
Plug it in, Fred.
I'm sitting here
Poke it
stirring
right
down
in
scrambled
there.
eggs, and some bitches ain't cooking. I can't figure out why.
Plug it in, Fred. Dave says that would be incredible, Fred.
Yeah,
What's
I'd love
that?
to go. Well, he's talking about the D-Day experience, I believe.
It'll
But,
pull your
yeah.
heart right out of your chest. Just go walk the Vietnam Wall, watch those other vets. Find their family members and buddies.
They
I-
bring the wall. We have a Vietnam memorial here 2 miles from where I live, and once a year they have stuff going on there, and it's rough.
The
I got a
remember
chance
when
to
they
ride
had
the
that
wall
traffic-
twice on the Harley, and it's awesome.
Andrea says, plug it in, Fred.
But
I'm working on it.
Brerecourt Manor. Do you know where that is, Fred?
Where?
Brerecourt Manor over in Normandy.
Sounds familiar.
They had a big battle there where the Germans were entrenched. In History Underground, JD and Eric, the guy who runs the Gettysburg Museum of Natural History, they were luckily enough invited by the family to tour the property, and they showed them the house, and they got to see the battle damage where, you know, the bullet holes were still in the walls and stuff like that. But that's a place you have to know somebody to get into. That's a private residence. You can't just show up there.
Dave says 10 watching, 7 likes. Not bad, but we can do better. I liked it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Well, I can't get on over there right now, but because I'm here.
If
We know you like us, Fred.
Andrew's sicking Dave on.
Gotta love Andrea.
Yeah. So, you know, no matter how big we get as a group, you know, I'll still try and reach out and check on everybody and make sure everybody's okay. It might not happen every day, but I'll get to you eventually. And as always, I'm always open for any of you to contact me if you need me. And that goes no matter how big we get. No,
We'll have our
we don't.
numbers in Discord too.
We don't want anybody hurting themselves, Dave. That includes Fred. We don't want him to burn himself while he's cooking.
Who you
Now
got
that
on
you
your lap, Chris?
I have Smokey on my lap right now. Earlier it was Fluffy was on me until Mom turned the vacuum on and scared the hell out of him.
Hey, Chris, there's laws in most states about that, dude. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. Animal husbandry, we'll call it.
When you
Thomas
start
says,
hollering, give me some ones, I'm out.
Thomas said he had a chance to explore Anderson Air Force Base in Guam, found gun emplacements still with piles
nice.
of brass.
With piles of brass. Wow. I have a friend of mine's kid is stationed in Guam. So he's of course, in the Air Force. So he's on Anderson Air Force Base, I suppose.
You're right, Dave. There's nothing worse than piss warm coffee.
Oh my. Yeah, I watch a lot of the history videos about World War I, World War II. You know, Dick Winters is originally from this area. So I met him once. Very soft-spoken man, but, you know, to meet him and not know who he was, you wouldn't have guessed that he did the things he did. And then I was watching, he did a interview with the local TV station one time, and he was talking about when he got back, and he was visiting family in Lancaster City, and he just needed to get away. So he went out for a walk, and he was walking down the street, and he said he felt like such an idiot because he heard that, and just instinctively he dove into the gutter. And he said when he looked up here, it was just a kid with a stick, and he was dragging a stick through a fence.
Dave says he loves history. The suffering breaks his heart, and Andrea is agreeing with him. I don't watch a lot of those movies because
Well, I don't watch movies.
It runs too deep in me, and it hurts my soul, and I can't have that. Puts me in a bad place. I can't do that. I can't do it.
Well,
We need to get more young people watching that shit so they know what the sacrifices were made for them to have the freedoms that they have and take for granted.
it won't do any good. They don't care.
Right? It's like I walked into the movie theater to watch The Sound of Freedom, and I had to get up and leave. I couldn't. I just can't.
Well, when I first got my service dog, Max, where I used to work at, right across the street was the fairgrounds. I forgot all about fireworks that night. Never mind.
Okay.
You're fine, Fred. It's okay, bud.
Animal Farm says, just last week I found a clip of the Roosevelt Roads Airport with a lot of Navy planes landing and taking off. I was confused. I thought the base was closed.
Really?
That's a big P3 base.
P3 base? What explains her, please?
P3 Orion is a big, huge aircraft, and they go out long distance, dropping sonobuoys along the coast, watch for submarines.
Oh.
They patrol it. They patrol the Atlantic.
You okay, bud?
I will be.
Once he figures out how to cook them eggs.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the onion and the eggs.
Just trying to help you out a little bit.
I know.
Somebody cutting out onions around you, Fred? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm sorry, y'all.
Nothing to be sorry for at all.
Nothing to be sorry for. Nothing to be sorry for.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, bud. Be safe.
Damn it, just ripped my heart out.
I feel bad for the guy.
Well, you know, we all have our demons. We all have, you know, we do.
I know a lot of his story, so I understand what he's saying. I know what he's talking about. And I'm not saying anything because I don't have the permission to, and I'll never betray trust that you guys give me. But yeah, it's
Right, Dave?
know that I've talked with Dave, and between the anger that a lot of them have, especially the ones who were in Iraq and Vietnam, the wars that we went into not really wanting to win the war, but it was just war for resources and war for enriching the military industrial complex. And for them to lose people that they considered family to them, at least that's what I get out of the stories that I hear. It's the anger and the hurt of that.
They are your brothers and your sisters, and you got each other's back. You're a unit, you're a team, you're all connected. And to lose that or a part of that,
Yep.
I can't fathom. I don't want to imagine. I mean, I do and I don't.
But now when it comes to animals and fireworks, I can tell you that they are not a good mix. I used to work at the stockyards when I was younger, and every year they had a carnival. The high school would have a carnival to fund itself because it was a private school. And they would always end the week with fireworks. And we would have to load out animals. And drivers would get pissed off at us because we would flat out tell them that once fireworks started, we weren't loading animals. And we would not load an animal until after at least 2 hours after the fireworks were over. And the drivers would be like, well, why not? And they're like, well, because we're not going to get killed because you want to be stupid.
Right.
Fireworks make animals very, very erratic. So, and that goes for dogs and cats as well. I mean, so. And you're right, Animal Farm. Crying can be very,
Therapeutic.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So.
Dave says, I love seeing people celebrate their freedom, but fireworks are a nightmare, and most just do them. Don't really care about freedom. Exactly, Dave.
Yeah.
It's a big party. It's a big party, and I don't think, it's all about, 3-day weekend and fireworks or, celebrating the 4th and whatever. But people don't realize what it took for us to get and keep what freedoms we have left, People just don't stop and think about that. It's just a holiday party, a day off work.
Yep. And that's parents' failure, honestly.
I think too, society as a whole.
Well,
they don't teach shit in school anymore. The Mandela effect is all over the place. Shit happened, but it's been erased, or they've replaced it with something else.
Like I said back on Memorial Day, back when I was a kid, Memorial Day started usually with a parade in the morning. Then after that, we would go to the cemetery. We would clean up the graves of our family members that were lost in the wars. And then it was a family picnic. Everybody went and had a cookout and talked and spent time together as a family. And you don't see that anymore.
You're right, Animal. They don't teach nowadays to love our country.
No, they're too busy teaching kids to hate our country and that we were built on racist premise, and which is bullshit. Was there racism? Yes, there was. And anybody who tries to say there wasn't is a fucking liar or a complete idiot.
There's always going to be some form of racism. I don't think the world will ever escape it. But I am here, and I don't mean to sound like a racist bitch. We got Black History Month. We got Pride Month. We got this week, that week. What, June 19th. You know what I mean? They want us divided. Like,
Yeah.
what was it, Morgan Freeman, and was it Dan Wallace or
No,
somebody
that
during that
idiot.
interview?
But yeah,
Who was it?
Freeman said, "How do you stop
Yeah,
racism?" He says,
yeah.
"You stop."
Don't talk about it. Yeah, he asked the guy, he said, do you want a white man's month, a white history month? And he said, well, no,
I'm
you
Jewish.
know,
Well,
I'm,
good
I'm
for you.
Jewish. Well, do you want a Jewish month then? And he's like, no. And he says, well, I don't want a black history. Black history is American history. It's all our history. It's not, you know, but divide and conquer. That's all I can say. Divide and conquer.
It's exactly what they did over in China when they, Mao turned the kids against against their parents, and that's how they
Well,
took over
yeah.
the country. That's what they're trying to do here. And this whole thing of countering racism with more racism that they're trying to do is just absolutely stupid.
You're right, Dave. Racism will always exist, unfortunately. Some form of it somewhere. Jay says politics only works when people are divided. So true. That's the agenda.
That's why our government was set up the way it was. It was set up to protect the individual and not the masses.
Well, it's supposed to be united we stand and divided we fall. And that's what they're just waiting for us to fall.
When I was a kid,
Animal says,
go ahead.
you're still a kid. Animal says everyone has prejudices. I don't see anything wrong with that. Our experiences shape us. And they do. They do.
Well, speaking to that, when I was younger, I overheard some kids being stupid, and they were white country kids talking shit about the city and stuff, and I said, "What's your problem with the city?" They said, "Well, it's full of black people that'll hurt us if we go in there." I said, "Why do you think that?" I said, "Seriously." I said,
Because that's what they were taught.
Well, that's what they saw in the movies. Movies is what they were basing this off of. Works of fiction. I said, "Have you ever been to the inner city?" "Well, no." I said, "Then what are you basing this off of?" "Well, what we saw on TV." "Oh." I said, "Would it surprise you to tell you that I have friends that live in the inner city and I go to the inner city all the time?" I said, "And I've never been hurt?" And they could not fathom that because of what they saw on TV. And I was like, "Yeah, I go into the 7th Ward in Lancaster, which is, the impoverished, poorest part of the city. I had friends that lived down there when I was younger." And I said, "You know what you don't do?" "Well," and they were like, "What?" I said, "You don't go down there and act like a fucking moron." I said, "If you go down there, you keep to yourself, or you're polite, when you come across someone and you pass them in public, you say, 'Hi, how you doing?' Something like that." I said, "You don't act like a fucking moron." I said, "You'll be just fine." I said, "They're not going to hurt you unless you do something to provoke them, to cause a problem. You go down there slinging the N-word around, yeah, somebody's going to hurt you, more than likely.
Right?
You go down there and you say, hi, how you doing? You know, stuff like that. They're not going to bother you at all. They could not fathom that. They were just completely flabbergasted. Son of a bitch, my brain's not working today.
Get it out, Chris. Get it out.
But, you know, when we were
Andrea
in high
says she goes into the worst part of Cleveland, and you know there are some of the nicest people. The store tell you to have a blessed day. There
Yep.
are good people in not so great areas of cities.
There's horrible people in some of the nicest freaking.
Yes, there is.
I dealt with some of them fuckers. People who have money, who think they're better than everybody else and talk down to you like they're fucking somebody.
Dickheads run rampant.
Give them the finger and tell them to go fuck themselves. I would rather go hang out with some of the poorest people in the world who have the biggest hearts and will give you the shirt off their back than hang out with the richest people in the world who are fucking dickheads.
If you notice, those who have not give more than those who have.
So, well, y'all, it is after 6 o'clock. If you all want to hang out for a minute while I get my pills real quick, we'll hang out for a little bit longer. If not, we can wrap everything up. And
I need to go finish mowing my grass. I got the back 40 to do yet. Well, it's not 40, but that's what I call it.
Dave said I used to do repos for Rent-A-Center in Aurora, Colorado, if you can believe that, and I was successful. Yeah, I mean, it's all in your attitude and how you treat people, honestly. And are you going to come across people who, even if you're nice to them, are complete and total assholes to you? Yes, it happens. But it's the minority. It's not the majority. So, but, tell you what, y'all, we'll wrap up here. Give me a chance to go get my pills in me. And then if you want, we'll do a get together in the voice and video chat room over on Discord, and we'll chit chat some more. That way y'all can talk back to me and tell me what a fucking idiot I am over there.
And I got to get grass mowing. So I'll catch y'all later on the Discord.
Alrighty.
See you. Bye.
All right. Take care, Cora. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for inviting me.
Anytime. All right. All right, y'all. Love you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all. And we will talk at y'all soon. Again, I will be over on Discord in about probably 5 minutes or so. I'll hop into the voice and video chat. And we will talk to y'all there. All right. Sasquatch is out. Peace, y'all.